Hello and welcome to class. My name is Ashlyn and I'll be taking you through a total body flow today. Yoga means union, and the idea of this practice is through the flow to really unite your mind, body, and breath. So I welcome you now to join me in this practice, coming into a comfortable seat, whether that's on your knees, sitting cross-legged. And once you're settled, gently closing down the eyes or gazing downwards. So turning your attention inwards, maybe starting to notice your breath, how it's showing up for you today. Are you breathing deeply? Are your breaths more shallow? Not trying to change anything, just noticing. Maybe turning your attention to your body now. Noticing any areas where you might be holding some tension. Maybe noticing some areas where you feel ease in the body. Again, not judging or trying to change anything, just noticing. Now beginning to deepen the breath, lengthening the inhales and the exhales, allowing the inhale to flow into your belly, belly expands, and then contracts with the exhale. When you're ready, just gently fluttering the eyes open. So we're going to start off keeping that connection to the breath and adding some movement with it. So in an inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, open the arms into cactus, chest opens. And exhale to close and round. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, palms touch. Exhale to heart center. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. 3 more times with your own breath now. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, open to cactus. And exhale to close. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, opening. And exhale, rounding. Coming back to neutral, place your left hand on the mat and just sweep that right arm up overhead. Trying to keep it in line with the ears, spiraling the chest open. Getting a nice side body stretch on the right side. Trying not to collapse too much on the left here. Keeping some space in between the ribs. Gaze upwards if that's comfortable for the neck. 1 more breath. And sweeping that right hand down. Sweep the left arm up overhead. Again, feeling that stretch, this time through the left side body. Chest spiraling upwards. Keeping the shoulder blades rolling down the back, not scrunched up towards the ears. And relax. Rolling over onto your hands and knees, we're going to come straight into a downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, plant the hands strongly, press firmly into the ground, and up and back. So from here, just pedaling at the feet as we ease into this pose. So bending one knee and straightening the other leg. And then exchanging with each breath. When you feel a little bit looser, just settle into the position, pressing strongly through the hands, aiming for a flat back. You can bend the knees if your legs are still feeling tight. Otherwise, allowing heels to drop towards the mat, sit bones high in the air. On an inhale, look forward, step your feet up hips width towards the hands, and we're just going to hang here for a moment, elongating the spine, the backs of the legs. You can grasp your elbows and even bring some movement here. Maybe lying your body across your thighs to help open up the hamstrings. And when you're ready, gently starting to roll up through the spinal column, vertebrae by vertebrae. Okay, bringing the feet together, big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, lifting up through the calves, through the kneecaps, engage the quads, turn them out a little bit. We're externally rotating through the hips, tuck the tailbone, lengthen up through the crown of the head. On an inhale, bring the shoulders up to your ears and roll them down the back. Hands in a strong but not rigid position. We're going to go through a couple of sun salutations, really get into the flow, connecting the movement with the breath, and ultimately, hopefully, the mind as well. So, Surya Namaskar A. On an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, folding for the hips, hands to the mat. You can bend your knees. Inhale to look up with a flat back, hands can come to shins. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a plank. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, dropping your knees for the first one, untuck the toes, squeeze the elbows in by the side and lower down to the mat. Inhale for cobra, opening up the heart. And exhale, pressing strongly in, tuck the toes, up and back into a downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths here. If you ever need a rest pose during the class, you can always spread the knees wide, untuck the toes, bring them together, and sit back into a child's pose. If not, we will all meet back in downward facing dog. On an inhale, look forward, step up to the hands, come to a flat back. And exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now for Surya Namaskar B. This is a whole sun salutation with a warrior one sequence. So on an inhale, you're going to sweep the hands up and come into chair position. So look down, make sure you can see your toes, keeping the arms up by the ears unless it's hard on the shoulders, in which case you can bring your hands to heart center. Tuck the tailbone, take one inhale here, and on an exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up to flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back to a plank. Another inhale here. Exhale, bring the elbows in, come halfway down or come onto the knees for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, sweep the right leg up high overhead. Exhale, plant it between the hands, ground the back foot, and inhale up to warrior one. So bending into that front knee, angling your hips so that they're both facing forward like headlights. Arms are up in line with the ears, but keep the shoulders down. Gazing up if you wish. One more inhale here. On your exhale, sweep the arms down, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale through chaturanga, knees upward down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, over the toes to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale, step it between the hands. Ground that right foot. Inhale to come up to warrior one on the left side. Bending through that left knee. Gazing down, making sure you can see your big toe so your knee isn't tracking inwards. Pressing strongly through the outside of the back foot. One more breath. And on your exhale, sweep the hands down. Step back to plank. Go through vinyasa or meet us in downward facing dog. On your exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, heart opener. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to take a couple breaths here. If you would like to come into a child's pose, you can do so. Take a rest. These are strong warm-up flows. If you're in downward dog, pressing strongly through all parts of the hands, the finger pads, the knuckles, and the palms. Externally rotating the shoulders. Pressing those hip bones high into the sky. On an inhale, look forward. Step or jump the feet to the hands. Come halfway up, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, come back to sit in chair. So we're using some strength and flexibility in this flow today. And chair is obviously one of those strong positions. Making sure you're sitting back, you can lift up your toes, test your balance. And when you're ready, we're gonna bring the hands to the heart center. Bring all the weight into your left foot and kick back with your right. Coming in to warrior three. So finding a point just on the ground to gaze at. Bringing that right hip downward so both hips are in line. And when you're ready, stepping that foot back, keeping both hips facing forward. Take the hands out behind you. You can either grasp your elbows, or if you are able to and you'd like to try, you can come into reverse prayer. So hands come together and sweep up your back. So from here, on an inhale, lengthening through the crown of the head, open the chest, and exhale to fold forward, reaching the chin towards the shin. You may wish to bring a little more movement into this pose. If that's the case, on your inhale, coming up halfway to a flat back, and exhale with your folds, undulating on the spot. Inhale up and exhale down. Keeping both hips facing forward. On your next inhale, come all the way up. Turn your foot, your right foot, so that it is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Bring the arms up to shoulder height. Inhale here, and exhale to reach forward with that left hand and drop it down towards the foot for Trikonasana. So rotating the chest upwards towards the sky, gaze towards the top hand if it's okay for your neck. Your bottom hand can come to your shin, a block, or your toe if you can reach it. You want to imagine that you're in between two panes of glass here. One more breath. On your next inhale, come all the way up. Sweep the hands together and come back to chair position. Bringing the hands to heart center, we're going to put all of the weight into our right foot this time. Lifting the left foot up, kick it out behind you, coming into a warrior three position. So again, keep making sure that left hip is facing downwards and we're not opening it. Finding your balance. Balance is just important as strength and flexibility in yoga. They say a balanced body is a balanced mind. When you're ready, Step that left foot back. If you're having issues in the last pose with your balance going forward, you can always spread your feet out so that they're on a wider track. Looking down, making sure your hips are facing forward. Again, with the arms, you can reach for the elbows, or you can take the hands up into reverse prayer. Take an inhale, broaden through the chest, and exhale, lean over that front right leg, reaching the chin towards your shin. Maybe undulating here if you found that worked for you on the other side. On an inhale, coming all the way up, turning that left foot so that it is parallel. Your right heel should be in line with the middle of the left foot. Inhale, take the arms up to shoulder height, and exhale, reach that right arm out before dropping it down. Grabbing for wherever you can. And rotating your chest up towards the sky. Opening up through the body here. Making sure to keep a micro bend in that front knee. Want to be careful we don't hyperextend it. And of course, always making sure you're listening to your body. Bringing the gaze down. Inhale to come up, and exhale to step to the top of your mat. Just bringing your hands into prayer at your heart center. Getting your focus. You can keep your eyes open or closed here. Just connecting back to your breath, to your body. When you're ready, we will come into a balance. So bringing all of the weight into your left foot, you can pick up your right. We'll come into tree position. So bringing that right foot and pressing it strongly into the left leg, either somewhere below the knee or above the knee, never on the knee. You don't want to push on that joint. When you find your balance, make sure you have a adjustee somewhere you are looking at that you can focus on to help with your balance. On an inhale, you can spread your branches, open up wide, and even raise your gaze. If you'd like to try something a little more advanced, you can drop your right hand to the knee. Just gently start to lean over to the right, finding that side stretch that we had in the beginning while balancing. Take some concentration. You can also bring that right hand around to your left hip, bring the left hand to your right leg. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist over your right shoulder if you really want to challenge your balance today. It's tough. On an inhale, bring your gaze back to center, and exhale, release. Just shaking the feet out. Can be tough on the standing leg. So this time, bringing all of the weight into your right foot, lifting that left leg up, and again, placing it either above or below the knee, somewhere on your leg. If you have it up here at the thigh or on the calf, you want to press strongly in to each other so that they are both combining forces there. So again, finding a point to gaze at, raising your arms when you're ready, and if you would like to try for the side bend, dropping that left hand to the left knee and moving over. Doesn't matter if you're wobbling, trees wobble in the wind, and if you fall out, just come right back into it. If you'd like to go for the twist, bringing that left arm around to the right hip, right hand to the left leg, and then bringing your gaze over the left shoulder. On an inhale, bring your gaze back to center, and exhale to release. Okay, shaking at the feet, and let's come back to the top of the mat. We will vinyasa through to seated. So on an inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale to fold forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, come up to a flat back, and exhale, plant the hands. Step back to a plank. Inhale here. Exhale through your chaturanga, knees upward down, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Looking forward to the hands. Step, hop, or jump your way through to a seated position. We're going to extend our legs long in front of us, maybe removing some of the flesh from the sit bone. If you find forward folds tough, you can sit on a blanket or on a block. I'm not particularly mobile in my hips either, so that is something that I do recommend, especially if you are reaching for the toes. So on an inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, reach forward, grabbing whatever you can. Maybe it's your shins, maybe it's your ankles, maybe you're super flexible and you can reach your wrists behind your feet. And on every inhale, you can lengthen through the spine, and with your exhales, fold a little deeper. We're going to be here for a couple of breaths. Taking this moment again to turn your attention inwards. Being in this present moment with yourself. Breathing through any areas of tension. 2 more breaths. Inhale to look up, and exhale to release. Taking your right foot, place it to the inside of that left thigh, just like you did in tree. If your knee is off the ground, you can place a block, or if you're feeling any pain, then just extend the leg down farther. You never want to have any knee pain. Angling your body so that you are over the extended front leg. Inhale to sweep the arms up, and exhale to fold forward. Again, folding from the hips, trying not to round the spine too much. On your next inhale, look up, extending that right leg out. We'll take the left leg in, placing it on the thigh, allowing that knee to drop out. On an inhale, sweep the arms up, angle over the front foot, and exhale to fold. On your next inhale, look up. Exhale to release. Bringing the hands about half a foot behind you, fingers facing forwards. You can either bend the knees for a modified version of this pose and press up into reverse tabletop, allowing the head to fall back if it feels comfortable. Or else you can extend the feet long together. And on an inhale, let's all come up. And if your feet are out, you're aiming for your toes to reach towards the mat. So press strongly through the hands, into the shoulders, keep those hips up. 1 more breath. And exhale to come down. Okay, we will do 1 more strengthening move as part of this flow. So on an inhale, lifting the feet up. You can keep them bent at 90 degrees. You can hold on to them here. You want to try and not avoid curving the spine like this. staying up high on your sit bones. If you can extend your arms like so into shavasana or boat pose. We'll hold this for a couple of breaths. You may wish to play with extending one leg and then the other, or maybe both. And staying here, bring your hands to heart center, and we're just going to go for a quick 20 taps here. Get a bit of core work in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep those legs up. 9, 10. Keeping the back straight as possible. 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, you can cross the legs, bring the hands down, just come up to sit. Extending the legs once more. Bring that right foot up so that the heel is moving towards your sit bone. You want to keep about a fist width in between your right foot and your left thigh. And placing the right arm behind you, you can either wrap your arm around your right knee, or you can bring the hand behind it. So inhaling to lengthen through the spine and exhaling to twist. Gaze over that right shoulder. Keep that left foot active. And inhale to heart center. Exhale to release. Bringing that left foot in, again, keeping a fist width in between your foot and your thigh. Wrapping the arm around, bringing that left arm behind you to prop yourself up. Either staying here or bringing the elbow. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to gaze over the shoulder. Lengthening with every inhale and twisting with every exhale. And inhaling back to center. Let's come down onto our backs. So coming into a restorative pose here, move up. You can either come into legs up. You can keep the legs bent here. This is meant to be restorative. And either in this position, you can put a blanket underneath you. We're going to be holding it for a few breaths. You could put your hands, that might help to keep you maintained, or a block if you have one. If you are familiar with shoulder stand, you can follow me into shoulder stand. I think I'll down even a little more. The important thing with this position is if you're not familiar with it, do not turn your head while you're in it. So either watch and then do it afterwards, or you can go by the cue of my voice, but ideally you're familiar with it so you don't have to look at the screen. So on an inhale, coming up, bringing your hands to the base of your spine, wiggling your elbows in, and then pressing strongly through active feet up above you. Trying to get a straight line from your shoulders upwards. If you're in legs up, just stay there. If you're in shoulder stand, you can follow me into plow position by gently allowing the legs to fall behind you. You can extend your arms out here, and the tops of the toes come to the floor, maybe coming onto your shoulders and the backs of your hands here. So this is plow position. Then if you'd like even more, you can come into Pindasana or ear pinning pose by bringing your knees to either. When you're ready, let's roll out of it by gently coming down vertebrae by vertebrae until you can bring your legs out long. And we'll all come down and come into Matsyasana or fish pose. So coming up onto your elbows, you want to release your head back onto the mat while staying on your elbows. Chest is lifted, getting a bit of an arch in the spine here. And when you're ready to come out, pressing strongly into the elbows and releasing down. Okay, we'll come into one final closing posture of happy baby. So bringing the feet up, taking the hands, ankles above knees, reaching for wherever you can, maybe your shins, maybe it's the outside of your feet. If you like some movement here, you can do that. Keeping your sacrum on the ground. And when you're ready, just releasing everything onto the mat. Allowing the hands to come long, palms facing up, legs are out, feet flopping open to the side. Maybe wiggling your shoulders down the spine and tucking the chin slightly, just to elongate that spine. Letting go of the breath, letting go of everything. Checking in to see if there are any areas of tension that you're still holding on to as we move into shavasana, your final resting pose. Checking if your face is relaxed or if it's scrunched up. Just allowing the body to fully relax. If you'd like to stay in shavasana, please do. Otherwise, if you're ready, just gently start to wake the body up, wriggling the fingers and the toes, maybe rolling out the wrists or the feet. Bringing the knees up gently, gently towards the chest, giving yourself a hug and a rock. When you're ready, falling over to the right side. Taking a moment here before pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes closed. So lifting up through the crown of the head, just meeting back where we started, unified with our breath. On an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me today. Namaste.